Imagine playing a cozy game where the main character might be a murderous psychopath with a very deep trauma. This new game was just revealed, and I think it might turn the cozy gaming genre upside down. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how it's going to do that, what the game's about, and when you can play it. If you're new here, I'm Morph. I play and post about indie games, cozy games, and games you've never heard of, so hit like and subscribe for more of that kind of thing. This is a cozy tea shop game, and it's by the developer of the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide. If you know those games, you got a pretty good idea of what might happen already. You run a tea shop, you brew the tea, you decorate the shop, you do all of the chores and speak with your friendly customers. Seems and sounds like every other cozy game ever, right? So what's different? In this game, the main character doesn't want to be here.
I can stop running now. I can stop. I can stop. I can stop running. This is good for me. I need to enjoy this. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
So is this a cozy game that is aware of the tedium of the chores that it's asking you to do? That could be a really interesting narrative to explore. At a surface level, the game's narrative could be about finding peace in patience, like forcing a competitive gamer to sit and play Animal Crossing. But my guess is that when we peel back the layers, we're going to find something much deeper, perhaps that sometimes a cozy life is an escape from things we'd rather not think about. The genre is often presented as everything is sunshine and rainbows in the game and outside of it. I love the idea of a game that might be fully conscious of the fact that it's not and incorporating that into its narrative. Like stomping out the front door and saying you're going for a walk for your stupid mental health, knowing it's good for you but not really wanting to do it. It's a game that might just question the act of constantly doing cozy things to distract yourself. And that's not to say that that's a bad thing. I don't know if this game's going to imply that, but we know from real life and scientific studies that playing games are good for you, and certain games are very good in the wake of a traumatic event. Playing Tetris after a traumatic event has shown to reduce the effects of that trauma. I've made a full video on this in the past about how games are good for you, and you can find that on my Instagram or my TikTok. I would absolutely expect this game to subvert our expectations and have something quite real to say about cozy gaming mechanics and perhaps even the cozy gaming culture at large. In the gameplay, we see her grabbing the animals, slamming down the plants, being bored whilst watering them, and her desperate kind of pleas to herself about being happy and stopping running and enjoying this and needing this, I think says a lot about the kind of people playing cozy games, its players, its games, and how everything has to be consistently at a level 100 for happiness. Look at our cozy setup surrounded by plants, cute things. Isn't this lovely? Isn't this all happy? Like a curated Instagram feed of completely unobtainable and unrealistic expectations. Meanwhile, a lot of us who enjoy cozy games are drawn to these games that have dark themes. We love a tragedy, an emotional indie game that will absolutely rip our heart out and make us cry. Best game ever, we scream. So I feel like it's nice to perhaps expect that this game is showing a darker side to cozy gaming and actually incorporating those elements of a lot of cozy gamers. Like, we have a darkness, we have issues, we are escaping from something, and we also like to explore those things through video games. But what about this game in particular, and what has the developer said about it? I could be completely off of the mark on this one and looking too deep into it, but from their previous games being the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide, I don't think it is too far of a reach to suggest that there is going to be a much deeper meaning here. The developer said you can use your downtime to decorate the shop, tidy up, or just sit on a bench with a cup of tea and listen to your own thoughts. Maybe doing nothing at all is okay. The shop demands patience. It rejects those who have come only in the pursuit of growth unchecked. That quote could be really telling, so what do you think the game's really about? Let me know in a comment. It's called Wanderstop, and it's hopefully coming this year, but there's no release date yet, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one. It feels like it's my new favorite game already, as you can tell by the way that I'm talking about it. I'm very curious for this, and I cannot wait to play it. It's coming to, I think, PlayStation and PC, but subscribe for updates, and for a playthrough when this finally drops, I will be all over it. Just hit that like button and come back for more playthroughs of cozy games, indie games, and games you've never heard of. If you want to get more recommendations just like this, the best place to do that is on my Instagram and my TikTok.
I'm a fighter. I'm meant to be in the arena, in combat. But instead, I'm out here in the middle of the woods, running a tea shop. It's not fighting, but it's peaceful. And what's weird is that I actually feel good. I'm happy. I can stop running now. I can stop. I can stop. I can stop running. This is good for me. I need to enjoy this. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.